until the woman walked into court wearing her robe. The rich heir was shocked to realize the person he beat on the street was his own defense lawyer, and he even hit her daughter with his car. But the woman didn't even glance at him. She went straight to the plaintiff's side and coldly declared she would only defend the victim. At that moment, the rich heir completely panicked, because the woman before him was the #1 lawyer in the country. Since the day she entered the field, she had handled 3,000 cases, never lost a single one, known for being upright and unyielding, always standing on the side of justice. Just a few hours earlier, the heir's fiancé had found the woman through connections, offering a sky-high fee, begging her to defend the heir in a drunk driving fatality case, crying that her fiancé was framed, that he accidentally hit 13 cars, and was sentenced to life in prison. The trial was scheduled for that very afternoon. She even brought a pile of expensive gifts. The woman saw her sincerity and agreed to take the case, but refused the gifts, because she only spoke for justice. Hearing this, the fiancé immediately called the heir, telling him to relax and wait for court, warning him not to cause trouble while on bail, and absolutely not to drive during this time. But he ignored her words completely. Right after hanging up, he drove into an old man and a child. The woman was about to head to court for his case, when she suddenly got a desperate call from her mother-in-law. Her heart dropped into chaos. She decided to check on her daughter first, before appearing in court for the heir. After the call, the mother-in-law decided to take the girl to the hospital, but the heir got out of the car, shouting at her for not watching where she walked, accusing her of crashing into his new car. He even dragged her to the front of the car, angrily pointing out it was brand new. Even bystanders criticized him for going too far, but the heir remained arrogant, bragging that he had hired a legendary lawyer for his defense. When they heard the woman's name, the crowd sighed in awe. Everyone knew she never lost a case, but the mother-in-law cried out in disbelief, insisting her daughter-in-law would never defend such a man. The heir mocked her as delusional, saying how could a top lawyer be her daughter-in-law. He then pulled out a business card and boasted that the nation's richest woman was his fiancée, warning them not to mess with him. Hearing this, the crowd went silent. Just then, the little girl weakly whimpered in pain. The mother-in-law tried to take her to the hospital, but the heir blocked her path, saying she had to kneel and beg before leaving. For the child's sake, the mother-in-law prepared to kneel. At that crucial moment, the woman arrived. She saw her daughter barely conscious on the ground, while the heir still showed no remorse, even ordering people to stop her. The woman told him he had committed both traffic crime and intentional assault, together worth at least 10 years in prison. The heir sneered, saying even if it was 100 years, the top lawyer would still get him off scot-free. Hearing this, the woman realized with shock that the monster before her was the very client she had agreed to defend. She told him straight out that she was the lawyer he spoke of. The heir froze in panic, but then remembered his fiancé's call, saying the lawyer was preparing for court. He assumed the woman before him was a fraud, and ordered his men to beat her. With the help of bystanders, she managed to get her mother-in-law and daughter to the hospital. Now she had only one thought left: the heir must pay the price. She called her former team, announcing her return to the courtroom. Meanwhile, at court, the heir remained arrogant, taunting the plaintiffs openly, boasting that with his lawyer he could not lose. But the moment the woman walked in wearing her robe, his face turned pale, his body trembled uncontrollably. His fiancée, still clueless about what happened, looked